Why do women have one night stands with some dudes and not the other dude? Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, this is a question that I got from a longtime subscriber. I think he met some chick, and he said she started talking about she don't kiss on the first date, she don't have sex on the first date. I'm not that type of girl, and etc. And on and on and on. And this is kind of a common thing with most women. And P.S. and by the way, like, share this episode, and subscribe if it's your first time being here. And you have to understand that most women, I would say probably all women at this point, have different relationships with different guys. So some women are just not feeling you like that. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is, man. Some women are just not feeling you like that. And I had this experience when I went to college when I was 20 years old. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I went to college when I was 20 years old. And I was meeting girls, and I was like just hanging out, having a good time or whatever. And these other dudes, some of them were football players, and some of them didn't play no sports. Some of them weren't athletic at all. But they were hanging out with the same girls I was hanging out with. And they were coming back to the dome telling me, well, not necessarily telling me, but just telling everybody about what they just did with that girl. I mean, they sometimes ran train on the girl, or she did everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I didn't say anything to them, but I'm like, man, she didn't do nothing with me. She didn't do nothing with me, bro. She didn't kiss. We didn't do nothing. She didn't even want to come back to my room at the time. And the way they was telling the story, the majority of these girls, they were like begging to come back to the room with them. I'm like, man. So I'm just listening to what they were saying. I'm like, oh man, y'all got it going on. I'm going about this thing the wrong way, man. It's something. And I wrote about this in my first book. Because I used to hang out with a bunch of football players when I was younger. And I used to see some of the stuff they used to do with the women. And I used to be like, man, how the hell you pull this off? And I'm like, they ain't got no money. They ain't got no car. I'm over here with a pocket full of, I got hundreds of dollars in my pocket. I got the best gear on. I'm fresh to death. They got short pants, t-shirt on, white tees on. And some of them had flip-flops on. They just chilling. I got the best gear. I'm fresh to death. I got the money. I'm basically whatever. If they needed some money, I'd hook them up. They getting the girls with less. So that's what I figured out. I was like, wait a minute. This, and then we used to smoke too. That's by the way, back in the day, So I'm basically supplying these dudes with everything that they wanted outside of the women. And P.S. by the way, the women were giving them stuff. They would take them to the store. They would buy them food. I mean, they were doing almost anything they could do because a lot of the women that I went to college with, they parents, their parents had money, so the girls had the cars. I'm gonna say a good 40% of girls. I would say this: more women had cars in college when I was there than guys. That's what I would say. Now, maybe today it's probably changed depending on the school and the area. I understand all that. But the college I went to, more girls had cars than guys. So these girls would take and do whatever. And that's when I came to a realization that if a woman's feeling you at different levels, to attraction, if a woman's feeling you, man, she'll do almost anything. You can say and do almost anything. If she's highly attracted to you, I mean, sky's the limit, really, But if she thinks you alright, you okay, just something to do, it's gonna be a whole lot of everything's gonna be like a whole lot of rules and a whole lot of certain things she's not gonna be willing to do with you because she's just not feeling you like that. And that's okay. Everybody's not for everybody. Now, I've ran into women like that. Doesn't happen often today because as soon as I spotted that not so much being attracted to me, I don't stick around. I'm gone. But I've ran into that a few times since my early 20s. But the good news is you don't have to stick around. If you don't like something about how a woman is behaving or her lack of not being attracted to you, you can leave. You don't have to stick around her. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And that's really how it is. That's just what it is, man. You have to understand women have different relationships with different guys. I remember one time, I actually had a woman tell me this shit. I had there's 2 or 3 of them, but one in particular, she told me, when she knew I was coming to visit her, right? But there was a guy there. I guess he just stopped in or whatever, or maybe he was there for a while or whatever. I don't know the particulars, the details. But I know when I got there, she told me that there was a guy there that I think it was maybe the neighbor just popped in or whatever. He stops in from time to time. And I met the dude before. But she told me, once I told her I was on the way, she told him, hey, you got to get out of here. Because the guy that's coming over, I'm into him. So you can't be here when he get here. I thought that was kind of foul, but at least she was honest with the dude. But I thought it was kind of raw, And she told the dude, hey, you got to get out of here, buddy, because he's going to be here. He's on the way, and I'm into him. And she's basically, I ain't into you like that. You just a neighbor. So you got to get up out of here. So I've had a woman actually tell me that. And I'm still friends with her to this day. And then I had another girl that said, when she first met me, she didn't think, she thought it was going to be just a one-time thing, a one-night thing, and that was going to be it. Kick rocks, right? But it ended up being that we was around each other for like, I think about a year or two, whatever. And I just cut off and kept it moving. But most of the time, how a woman sees you, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. So if you don't like it, it's best for you to move on. Now, there's always an exception to the rule. Sometimes the longer you're around somebody, you can get to know each other better, and her level of attraction might change. That happens too. And I see it go the opposite too. I've seen it where her level of attraction is high, she's feeling you, and the longer she knows you, it drops. It drops because who she thought you was in the beginning turned out not to be. So that's just how it is, man. But 9 times out of 10, how she see you in the beginning, that's probably not gonna change. Yeah. Because how she sees you, her level of attraction towards you, is predicated upon if she's willing to kiss you, go down on you, etc. Especially in the sack. Because there's some women that won't kiss a guy. Like ever. Forget the first day, first night. There's some women that'll have sex with you, but won't kiss you. Because kissing, that's more of an intimate thing. Close contact, whatever. Now this might be a little weird for some guys. Some guys are like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would she let me sleep with her and not kiss her? I know, that's exactly what I said. This doesn't make sense. But here's the deal. You can't use logic for everything. It's not illogical about most women. Most stuff they do, it's very little logic included. But yeah, there's some women out here, probably a lot of women out here at this point, they won't kiss a guy. Certain guys they won't kiss, but he can knock me out the box though, right? And then the guys that she's really feeling, oh, he can do anything. She'll do anything. She might not. I've said it. She'll try anything. She might not enjoy it, but she'll try it. That's the truth. That's how it is, man. So most of the time, and then you got some women where they might like you, they might respect you, but they might not necessarily have sex with you. Now, some guys will say, oh, that doesn't make any sense either. Well, what's the use of even sticking around me, or even liking me, or respecting me? What's the MO? It doesn't make any sense. Well, a lot of women just like the attention. It's like the attention, really. It's like you might be the only guy that's showing her a little. There's no such thing as too much attention for a woman, from a woman's point of view. This is why some women, I started doing this as I got older. Some women that I know that may be attracted to me, they like me as a person, and I know that ain't nothing gonna ever go down sexually, I just put them in the friend zone. Because I know, like, it's not gonna happen. It's like, and a lot of times getting physical with some women is just a bad idea, so I'll put them in the friend zone. We'll be friends for a long time. You know, probably for life. It just depends. So there's nothing. Women are not as complicated as you think. If you remember that women are very emotional creatures. Not very. There's no logic. Stop trying to make sense of what they do. Stop trying to be liked. Go for respect. Respect is better. Nothing is better than respect. You know, even love. And so, if you remember that, things will start to make sense. Nope, I'm not going to say sense, but things will start to be easier. Things will begin to, you have bad experience with women. That's all I'm saying. And P.S. by the way, if you need more help, go to SharpGameAtl. That's SharpGameAtl. Or just go get my books on Amazon.com. Love Can't Wait, Boss Life Secrets, or whatever. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email at renegademoney@gmail.com. That's renegademoney@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.